Director of Pharmacy Services at Yale New Haven Hospital. Lisa is a 1991 graduate of the University of Connecticut School of Pharmacy, and in 1993 graduated from the Ohio State University with a master's degree in hospital pharmacy administration, where she also completed a 2-year pharmacy residency training program at Grant Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. She's a certified Six Sigma Green Belt, co-author of numerous peer-reviewed applications, and has been the recipient of several awards in leadership and quality healthcare. In 2009, she was installed as a fellow of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, and in 2010, the College of Health Information Management Executives Chime. Also awarded Lisa with the Women's Scholarship for CIO Boot Camp. She resides in Southington, Connecticut, husband and her 3 children. Thanks, Lisa.
Good morning, everybody. It's truly my pleasure to talk with you all this morning about our experience at Yale New Haven and Yale University implementing EPIC. And listening to Eric, I always find it striking. We all get up and talk about how we think we are so uniquely different, and having talked and listened to numerous presentations from health centers across the country, we are so much more alike than we actually realize. So you're going to hear much of the same conversation about our legacy environment, why we chose EPIC, and I'm going to try to move fairly quickly through that as we go. I'm going to frame the talk this morning really around a road trip, but I'm going to ask you to put your seatbelts on because I'm going to fly through the early sessions around our preparation. I really want to take you to some of where we are today. So we are 2.5 years into our EPIC implementation. We have 2 of our 4 hospital campuses live and over 1,200 physicians using the EPIC EMR in our ambulatory environments. And I want to really get into the impact of those implementations on the care we provide, our financial picture, and patient satisfaction. So I'll move quickly through the early part of the road here. Okay. A little bit about our health system. The scope of our project is a collaborative effort between the Yale New Haven Health System and Yale University. So it encompasses the 3 hospitals in the Yale New Haven Health System, which include now the 2 campuses. Also in the course of the project, they did throw a little zinger at us. We acquired a 500-bed Catholic hospital in New Haven. So Yale New Haven moved from a 1,000-bed to a 1,500-bed hospital. So we are implementing across both campuses. My next go live is actually 3 weeks from today. We'll be implementing on the St. Raphael's campus. We are also implementing at our Bridgeport Hospital, have successfully implemented at Greenwich Hospital. As I said, we are implementing in the faculty practices, physician offices within the Yale Medical Group. Those are the practicing physicians of Yale University. We will implement early in fiscal year or in calendar 14, we will implement at Yale Health, which is the staff model HMO for Yale University that covers all of their faculty, students, retirees, and staff of the university. And then our Health System Independent Physician Association, which is called the Northeast Medical Group. So again, another large physician practice. In short, we're a large system. We support over 5,600 medical staff, nearly 19,000 employees across the organization. Now sit at about 2,100 licensed beds, about 94,000 inpatient discharges, and another 1.4 million outpatient visits. So again, a little bit about us, and this is where I think you're going to hear very similar to Boston Medical Center from Eric's earlier presentation. Also very proud, best of breed mentality for many years across our health system. What you see across the hospitals, very distinct and different. Every major, just about inpatient clinical EMR in use, a wide variety of ancillary systems supporting functions. And in our ambulatory environments, still primarily at the time of the initiation of the project, very much paper-based in the ambulatory EMR realm. Hundreds of applications. Even where we had the same vendor across our organization, we had different instances of the applications, and really knew that we needed to change. So this is what it looks like for our patients, right? And you heard similar comments from Eric this morning. So for our patients who needed to receive emergency care, come to the hospital, see a physician, get imaging studies done, lab results, get medications, all very disjointed, and then our patients have to go back home try to make sense of all of that, and continue on their path to wellness. This is what that tangled web looks like, and it's probably even worse. Making information flow, data flow, so that clinicians could support patients, very complicated and not done well. And the market around us really expecting that we will do much better than that, right? So we are expected to lower our costs, bring additional value in the form of the healthcare we provide, increasing demands for data transparency and accessibility, not just across the continuum, but really to our patients, and really to do this across large geographies. We're being called on to bring added safety to the care we provide, but to do it faster and more efficiently as well. That's driving us towards innovation and really asking us to extend the care we provide now out into the patient's home. For us, that was a big move from episodic care and really a demand that we really look across the continuum and do this in a much more longitudinal way. So again, similar story. We were fragmented, it's a new day, and we need to do it all very differently. So I think this is not my child, but I think sums it up well. I include this slide because, no lie, about a week before the go-live in February at Yale New Haven Hospital, I got a call from an anesthesiologist who said, "Lisa, can't you make the Epic implementation come sooner? Can we do it today?" I said, "Dr. Stout, what's going on?" He said, "Well, we had to cancel a pediatric case this morning because we walked into the patient's prep room and the child was sitting there with mom chewing on a piece of paper in the medical record. And of course the child needed to be NPO and they had to cancel the case." And so, but I think also speaks to frightened eyes that episodic care is not what we want to deliver. So for us, enter Epic, and this is another Epic corporate slide. I'm going to talk just a little bit about them more because I think it heightens the fit that we found with Epic and why it was important for us to choose them as a vendor. And a company that comes out with another cute child that says the patient is at the heart of what they do, really aligned well for us around our mission and vision as well. So this is a snapshot, Epic Corporation out in Verona, a very friendly environment, young people doing really great work. They are independently owned and operated, and we are proud to work with them. Also important for us, the installed base. So coming on board with a vendor that has a client base of over now 300 customers really across the world, about 250,000 physicians using the EMR, and a huge portion of the U.S. population covered in an Epic EMR, and now starting on the world population as well. I think you'll agree that's a pretty large footprint. Shown another way, the states here in red actually represent the states across the United States where 40% of the population in that state is covered by an Epic EMR. So you're starting to see lots of penetration here in New England and the Northeast, so I'll echo Eric, stay away from my staff. But interesting to note, the state of Connecticut, at the time of this data, and still today, we are currently the only installed Epic site, and with just our installations already representing 40% of the population. And of course we know patients move, receive care here in Boston, New York, and elsewhere where their record is in the EMR. Epic specifically targets large medical centers, health systems, academic medical centers, and children's hospitals. Our Yale New Haven Health System actually meets all three of those criteria, and we thought that was important because it put us in really good company. Having dealt with other vendors before and coming forward with recommendations for development, to be told, we're sorry, the rest of our client base really doesn't need that functionality, is not where we want it to be. And so being in good company with like clients was also something that was a strong fit for us. So our goal, why Epic? We needed to move away from episodic care, and we thought Epic really provided a way for us to do that. That led to our plan. Implement Epic as a single electronic clinical system and a single financial system. So we are operating under the Big Bang mentality. It is all clinicals, inpatient, outpatient, and rev cycle when we implement. We started with a quick look back. I think everyone in this room is probably familiar with this list, right? IT projects fail, and here's why. We wanted to avoid these common pitfalls and potholes, and that's where I really think Epic does come to the table. Many of the slides Eric showed you, I have the exact graphic, the Yale New Haven version. Change the dates, it's the same process, done over and over, done well, modified to meet the individual organization's needs, but I think you really can't compare with the tool set and the experience that they bring to the table. So here's our road journey, and I said put on your seatbelt, so I'm going to try to move pretty quickly, but high level, we signed our contract with Epic in July of 2010. We then did all that same effort, all that pre-planning, our collaborative build sessions. We then brought our first ambulatory site live in October of 2011. It was an internal medicine practice within the Yale Medical Group. So we brought a faculty practice live initially. I should say, I think I forgot to mention, the scope of our practice, in addition to the university components and the health system entities, we are also offering Epic out to independent community providers through a contract arrangement at Epic's Community Connect. I see Beacon Partners in the back of the room there. They've been a key partner with us in helping us roll Epic out to the independent community providers. But our first ambulatory site, we wanted to bring live not an independent, but someone that we had good knowledge of and was really part of us, and we chose a faculty practice plan. We then brought our first hospital live in April of 2012. We chose our smallest hospital first, and that was a really smart move for us. So Greenwich is our 200-bed community hospital in Greenwich, Connecticut. We brought them live in April of 2012. We then did need to upgrade in the middle of the project. This was known at the start of the project. Before we could bring the large academic site live, and we really needed additional functionality to support clinical research, calendaring and billing around clinical research. So we brought Greenwich Hospital live on the 2010 version. We then upgraded to the Denali 2012 version. We were actually the first hospital to come live on 2012 and the first to use Epic's new transparent modality to do that upgrade. So you heard Eric say you're going to see our project as well, very aggressive, but doable, and with good support. I have a very solid project team and great partnership from our vendor at Epic. So 2012 we did the upgrade in December, and then a month later brought the large academic site live. So we came live in February at Yale New Haven Hospital on the Denali or 2012 version. That upgrade went incredibly smoothly, it was a smart move for us. 3 weeks from today, we'll bring the St. Raphael's campus live in New Haven, so that's our 500-bed recent acquisition in New Haven, so that will happen on June 1st. We'll then bring Bridgeport Hospital live in September of 2013, and then that faculty plan, the university health plan, in January of 2014. So, no lie, we do go fast, aggressive, assertive timeline, very important to manage the scope and keep a clean eye on the end game. Guiding principles, also critical to get there. So ours are a little bit slightly different, but for me, these really represent the guardrails. So when we're going this far, this fast, with all of those moving parts, having a strong sense of vision. And remember, we came from this very, again, strongly autonomous group of organizations, 3 very different hospitals, the Yale University, very independent and autonomous, and then this collection of really independent community physicians who decided to come on board with us in the Northeast Medical Group. We said, this is what we are about as we undertake this project. First and foremost, it's about our patients. We wanted to get rid of all that episodic, poor delivery, and really come forward with a solution that would allow us to bring safer care more efficiently and more accessibly. We said we're all accountable for success. This is not just an IT project. As you heard, I'm a pharmacist by training. I still say I'm not really an IT person, I'm a clinician. But I have a passion about using IT and the tools that it brings to help us deliver better care. We said our clinicians and our operational partners in the organizations own this project as much as IT does, and really needed to help us drive what is really a clinical transformation. 2 key points. We said we would standardize both workflow and content within Epic. This was not just about a set of computer screens. This was about the way we work, the way we communicate, and the way that we conduct business. And we did say that we would use Epic's model system as a key foundation to do that. For us, that was very new. We're Yale. We're different, right? We all think we are. We wanted our own tools. It's nice that you're in 300 other places, Epic, but you have to make this work for us. We threw that old thinking away. We said no, we would use the model system. Again, key set of guide rails to keep us on course. Again, the right fit with Epic. This is another one of their corporate slides. Eric's probably got a similar one from Epic as well. But we thought the fit was right. Epic was telling us the same thing. Rely on the experience of others. Don't recreate this. And we're going to help you stay on time and on budget. And they do bring those resources and tools to bear to help you do that. Okay, this is our scope. Again, very simply, all of the inpatient clinicals, all of the ambulatory clinicals, including all of those specialty areas. We are using it kaleidoscope in the ophthalmology areas. We are also the first hospital to come live with the Phoenix transplant application for solid organ transplant. That was part of our February go live at Yale New Haven. We are using the patient portal, and again, the full suite of registration, scheduling, hospital, and professional billing. In addition, we said, gee, that's just simply not enough. We needed to wipe out all those disparate third-party systems and come with a common installation core. So along with Epic, as we move from site to site, we have implemented all of this key functionality as well. So we are implementing OBIX, integrated fetal monitoring solution, biomedical device integration. We're using capsule technology to do that. And you see a list of other choices that we've made. So again, new for our health system, we've said we're happy that you like those third-party applications you had. This is what you get. Epic plus this suite, and then a few minor exceptions. I saw CoPath on Eric's slide. Similarly, we had to keep some of those unique ones out there. Just for a minute, a little bit deeper slice of the timeline. Around those big milestones of implementation, all those key phases around collaborative build, testing, and validation. Again, the flow is the same, and that's really what I wanted to highlight here. This is the standard Epic tool set, all right? So they're going to help you. Where do you want to be? When do you want to get there? Here's how we're going to get you there. You got to trust it. You're often going to not want to do